Hi, this is Moni Singh, and welcome back to our Teaching STEM podcast. Last time we were looking at the civil engineering curriculum book, and I'm going to continue on with that because I think again it's very interesting when you think about um, providing any piece of information to young children. How do you make it interesting, right? How do you make it something that the children can relate with? Because if they do, that's when you are really hitting the point home. I wanted to show you. So this is the moment we introduce kids to the civil engineering itself, the profession itself. After that we get into something called balancing games. And here what we're trying to do is really arouse the curiosity of young children, right? Because once and this particular curriculum we actually used with kids in like uh, kindergarten all the way to about fifth grade or so. That's where we kind of use this curriculum. And so you want to really kind of get them curious, because when they're curious they're ready to absorb more information. So that's the brain science behind it. We used to do something, we actually still do, do something called the foot stem magic. And this is really interesting, and I would like for you to try it. Try it when you are in a safe place, where you don't fall down or anything. So here's what we used to do. Okay, we'll actually literally do this as a magic, and then get the kids curious about what it is, how does happen. And then you start talking about the science concept, like gravity is what we're actually introducing through this foot stem magic. Basically we'd call a volunteer, and we'll say, okay, come right here, and we'll point them to a wall and actually have them stand sideways. So sideways meaning that their shoulder on one side and the foot of that same side will be completely connected with the wall. So they're like standing the wall right there with their shoulder and this foot, let's say the right shoulder, right foot up against the wall, and the left shoulder and left foot is kind of free. Okay, so that's the way we would have them stand. And then in this particular exercise, they're not supposed to move that right shoulder and the right foot away from the wall. So it should always be touching the wall. And the simple exercise is that now try and lift your left foot. Such a simple thing. And basically, what happens is that you would not be able to lift your left foot at all. You can try that for yourself. And now the kids, and so first you do this, have a volunteer do it in the front, and then you say, okay, what's going on? And of course, there's not a clear answer, but then you actually ask everybody in the classroom to do that. And again, you have to be very careful, make sure that everybody's staying safe, because you don't want people to fall over. Um, so you do that with everybody, and then you start asking them, like, what's the hypothesis here, right? Why do you think we're not able to even lift? So that why do you think that you get stuck? Why is it that you're not even able to lift up your foot? We would then ask them to, okay, now here is the magic, and you can do all kinds of things, like, okay, I'm going to like remove the magic spell, and you just ask the child to walk away from the wall, and now you say, okay, now lift your foot, and now they can do it perfectly fine. So you cast a spell when they were up against the wall, they couldn't lift the feet, and now they can lift the feet once you took the spell away. Again, this has been so interesting for children, and they get really absorbed into what's happening, why it's happening. The explanation for this is that as when you try to lift your left foot up with your right body kind of against the wall, anytime you do like a shifting of the position, your body is trying to balance it out, right? So it's trying to balance it out, and typically when you do that, there's a slight tilt you do so that you're able to lift up the foot. But because the right hand side was up against the wall, there was no give to it. That's why you're not even able to lift up your left foot. So it's basically body trying to rebalance itself, and it's not able to do so. And this was so amazing. And you do this exercise, and kids were like, oh my goodness, and now they're ready to learn. And then we would go straight into our gravity from that point on. And uh, back in those days, and this is funny, but I think I even found a little bit of that poetic mind in me, and I actually wrote a little poem on gravity. So I'm going to read that for everybody's pleasure. Um, so, pulling with all my might, I'm everywhere and out of sight. I make everything fall and come down and never make any sound. To walk on the ground, I am the key. My name is, and there's a big blank, and this is where you'd actually have the kids shout out and say, Gravity. So, basically, just trying to make it as fun and engaging for kids because at the end of the day, um, again, there's scientific research that indicates that the kids are interested in something in the learning process. They're able to retain more. Of course, the curiosity part and the fun part keeps them engaged, right? So they want to keep doing more and more of it. And one of the things that we always wanted to do, and as you begin your journey, is making sure that things stay interesting for kids, right? And um, so anyhow, super fun and exciting stuff. I think I'll keep providing you some more tidbits from some of these curriculums. You'll get an idea, maybe get some more thoughts and interesting things around how you could possibly take what you do in your work and make them translate them to children's activities. So with that, have a great rest of the day. Take care, everyone. Bye.